All right, just like that, deleted some stuff, uploaded it to Google, or whatever. Go uploaded my videos to the cloud. Don't hack me or I'll come after you. And I know people, maybe I can't come after you, but I know people who can. So don't even try hacking me. Google's pretty secure. They have multi-factor authentication, fingerprint. They have tracking. I'm starting to upgrade my security stuff because I'm going into a cybersecurity job. So I just signed up for a secure email, a VPN for email and other stuff on my phone. Using Google business accounts. Oh, what is this? I'm getting a call from Elgin White Oaks. Okay, so this is a place, an apartment that they want to give me, sell me a 2-bedroom apartment, right? Am I actually gonna do a walk and talk for 47 minutes? No, I don't think so, because you know why? My battery down to 40%. That's tough, eh? Elgin White is calling. Elgin White. Oh, wow. They really want... So what do I have? 34% battery. And we're recording... We've been recording for 1 minute and 44 seconds. But let's go as far as we can. Maybe 30 minutes we can make it to with this amount of battery. It's not too cold out. Okay. Let's get this started. I'm gonna practice holding it a bit further because I can hold it pretty far. But then it doesn't line up as well with the face, right? Okay, it's better to just use the grip on this thing. It's a very, very good selfie stick. Very advanced. So we're 2 minutes and 22 seconds in. We got 47 minutes total. But the battery's gonna run out by 30 minutes, so let's say we have about 25 minutes. All right. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. So won't you be my neighbor? I like to sing that song as I put on my my zip up cardigan and just or put on my zip up hoodie, and then I just think, oh, life is good. Life is wonderful. Life is really an adventure. Another thing I'm starting to think more about is how life is actually a miracle. From the moment you are conceived and born, that 9-month period, to the moment you leave this realm, to the moment you leave this world to then go to the next world, your life is a miracle. And don't ever forget that. So your life is a miracle. Your life is a miracle. And remember this. Remember this. I love you. I love myself. I love you. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my sister. I love God. That's the subject of this video. We have 20 minutes. We'll talk about what is God. Okay. So we just found our subject. Our subject for today is God and being a godly person in the world. What does that mean? What does it mean to be... we don't have the words to even talk about what God is really, or what it means to be godly, or what it means to be a follower or a believer, or to take some kind of religious texts and religious churches, and we don't have the words to fully express what all this stuff means, right? And part of me thinks the English language has actually been booby-trapped to not allow us to have the words to describe these ideas that are in the realm of higher consciousness, in the realm of much higher vibration than what we've been taught and what we've been kind of like brainwashed and mind controlled into, right? You could call it the Matrix, you could mind, or you could call it the Matrix system, you could call it all kinds of things, but there's a real indoctrination and mind control system that's very clearly been put into place. And I'm just having so much fun today. Like, this is the best day of 2025 so far for me, because I'm out here, it's not too cold, it's just snowing a bit, it's like, feels like Christmas. Okay. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, he had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even think it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names, but they never knew poor Rudolph. He wanted to play those reindeer games. Then one shiny Christmas Eve, Santa came to sing. He said, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, why don't you lead my sleigh tonight? But then all the reindeer thought he was good. They really thought he was cool. They never thought poor Rudolph would be able to play all those reindeer games. Then na 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 na. Na 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 na. Then all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. They never knew Rudolph would be the most loved by Santa. Da da. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Alright, this is fun. Let's do another one. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Keep your spirits up, because it's 2025. La 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 la. Well, we have 9 minutes in, 47 minutes. Well, I think you got about 20 minutes with the battery. We're really having fun out here. We're doing something active, you know, making a video, something creative. Plus we're getting this like beautiful snow, like it's not too windy, not too cold. This is like my favorite YouTube video so far. And it's like they just seem to be getting better, so. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's just like this thing has a mind of its own. It actually makes for like funny moments. Like you're in the middle of saying something and then it just like does its own thing. Oh wow. Just there. I just let it do its own thing. It's like a little robot. Sometimes it's like the robot in Hitchhiker's Guide. It's like it's a good robot. It does its job, this selfie stick, but every so often it gets like a mind of its own, gets a little bit antsy, gets a little bit upset, and decides it just wants to flip the whole thing upside down. I like that. This selfie stick has character. And I'll forever be in debt to Jared, who, you know, he could have held on to it. He loved this selfie stick, but he's like, I think I've had enough fun with it, and I'm gonna let it go on to the next person that could make good use of this selfie stick. So thank you, Jared, for this DJI Osmo Ohm selfie stick with the tripod and gyroscope, gimbal, and you just plug it in like with the USB. It's very simple. Okay, what do we got? We are down to maximum 20-30 minutes left. Let's continue the subject of God and religion. I find that an interesting subject. For me, it's a philosophical subject. It's like, what is God? Who is God? Where is God? Why do we say God? Like, when you say God, what do you mean when you say God? Like, it's like, you know, it was Carl Sagan who kind of asked that, because Carl Sagan was at a Q&A session, like a little debate between him and the audience. One of the people said to him, like near the end for the Q&A section, and he said, Carl, Mr. Sagan, do you believe in God? And then he was very quick. Carl Sagan said, when you say the God, what do you mean? What do you mean by that when you say God? And the person was like, oh, like the monolithic God of the New Testament and the Old Testament, Christianity, the God of Islam, the God of Judaism, the monotheistic God, right? The one God above, the most powerful force in everywhere, the highest power of all. I used to think, oh, humans made this up, but I got to thinking about it more in my later years, and started talking with my mother more, and talking with many different people, and people that would come up to me randomly and say stuff like, you know, you need Jesus in your heart, you need to be closer to God. And I was like, I didn't ask for this person to come up to me. I didn't give them any sense that I wanted to talk about religion. And it's like they came out of nowhere. But that's actually written in the New Testament, that the followers of Jesus are supposed to spread the word of Jesus and the word of God from the Old Testament. They're supposed to share this knowledge and wisdom and holy scriptures and the message of Jesus and God. They're supposed to share that message with people, and then they become what's known as a disciple of God or a disciple of Jesus. So anyone can become that if they learn the message and then spread the message of Jesus. So I tend to look at all this stuff from a very curious standpoint. If religion and God is not real, why do so many people follow it? So it's like, okay, there must be something to this. If most of the people on this planet follow some religion or another, there must be something to it, right? So it's not just something little bug in our brain or a little virus that's been taken forward through time. You know, it's more than that. It's more than that. It's there's something to it. Here I am in the middle of the park doing a walk and talk. You can see my steps here. My steps go back. Yeah, I love the subject of this video. Very interesting. It was my mom having a phone call with my mother that inspired me to do this. I called my mother this morning around 9:30, and I just thought to myself, you know, I'm not going to be able to talk with my mom in too many more years, and I just take this phone call as not just another phone call. I take this phone call as this is my mom, and she loves me, and you know, she's not always going to be around. So I took that call very seriously. And I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I love you, Anne-Marie, Annie. I love you, Glenn. I love you, Abigail. If you're watching this, I'm just in the Center Point Park in the baseball diamond. What dreams may come? Oh, that's not it. What was that movie about the baseball team? Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. Remember that movie you did at Waterworld? Anyone out there seen the movie Postman? I've never been able to sit through the movie Postman and watch the whole thing because the movie Postman is so boring. Let's continue. I was just testing out the tripod there. It works fairly well, even in the snow. Okay, let's check on the battery. What are we down to? We're down to 15%. 15% with the screen a bit dimmer. It's not as cold out today, so the phone's lasting a bit longer. Perfect. 14% now. 16 minutes in. Oh, imagine the video was 33 minutes and 33 seconds. That would be like, maybe I could time it that way. So if we do that, then we'd have to go another 17 minutes, and we're exactly at 17 minutes. So let's hopefully consider this to be the halfway mark. How am I gonna fill up the next 17 minutes with like, ooh, all right, we talked about God, we talked about religion. What is religion? Okay, we talked about what is God. We don't really know the highest power. God is kind of, people have different visions of what God looks like. Okay, I'll tell you what I think God is. There we go. If you're curious, I'll tell you. And instead of clicking away to another video, just stick here and I'll tell you my definition of what the word God, or when we say God, what is that sound? What does those letters, symbols represent? God. For me, God was always like, oh, you don't question God because God is the most powerful. So there's no point, like growing up, we were told like, oh, don't question it too much because God is the highest power, you know, and it's God works in mysterious ways. Don't question it. But I am a very questioning person. I am a very curious person. I have an inquiring mind. I've always been that way. I love looking into things. I love researching things. I love thinking. You know, people should think more. People should really use their brains, use their intuition, their heart, use their senses, use all the 5 senses. You know, even use your 6th sense, which would be kind of like intuition, right? It's using your higher consciousness to perceive things. Like some people would talk about the third eye. Like I can see, even though my eyes are closed, I still see where I'm going. I'm literally just walking towards the football, soccer field. I'm being recorded. I can feel the snow under my feet. So that's a trusting, right? When you can just trust that the ground is going to be there, or the snow. So it's funny how, let's see how long I can walk with my eyes closed in that direction.